This is Beirut in July 2021. We're at Hôtel Dieu Hospital in the Ashrafia neighborhood. This is one of the main psychiatric wards in the country, and busier than ever. In Lebanon, as elsewhere, mental health issues are still quite taboo.
This is our treatment room here. And this is our gym.
How are psychiatric issues viewed nowadays in the public service?
These issues are becoming more accepted. There is still a stigma, but it's not as bad as it was a few years ago. There are lots of patients suffering from anxiety, depression, and PTSD. What many have in common is the inability to see a future for themselves, and that creates awful anxiety problems. These symptoms were less common during the Lebanese Civil War, because back then we could say to ourselves, there'll be an end to all of this. Now, there's no end in sight.
Lebanon's crisis has reached fever pitch in recent months, and for many, surviving the upheaval involves overcoming the knock-on effects on mental health.
I've been going through a sort of grieving period for months now, a grief I didn't want to recognize, that I still have trouble acknowledging. But it is real grief, and it's overwhelming. I can't quite believe it when I say it or write it down. But I'm grieving for a country that is in agony and is wasting away. I'm grieving for all that we had built up, for the splendor of our previous lives. I'm grieving for the dreams we had. There's also a lot of fear for the decline we're facing and for the loss of our dignity. Nowadays, it's simply impossible to be in denial. Things have become so bad. There's so much pain and suffering that we cannot deny the reality. We're using all our energy just to survive. The Lebanese are often described as resilient, but the idea of being resilient has become impossible and unthinkable.
Emotional distress, fear of what the future holds, and a sense of despair. This is the legacy of the terrible explosion that ripped through the port of Beirut.